Hey Nathan, it's Friday, September 5th. So you and I and many like-minded people are working to change society's viewpoint on issues not previously understood or accepted by the general public, like racial or gender equality and LGBT rights. Social change is hard. When you grow up firmly believing something, it's hard to change how you feel, even when presented with sound reasoning. However, thankfully, people can change. Many places in our world are adjusting attitudes and laws to become more caring and accepting of all people. But today I want to tell a little story that is an awesome example for all of us on how we can be more open-minded. So I work in a school with children, like little teeny children. And one thing that is really cool about toddlers that I mentioned in my racism video is that they're all born without prejudice. They begin forming personal rules and opinions about the world pretty quickly, especially once they start walking and talking. Now, of course, some of these opinions are taught by caregivers, but a lot are just chosen from observation, and it's pretty incredible how accepting of differences they can be. So my story is about a little girl, let's call her Samantha, observing another child, let's call him Liam, getting picked up at the end of the day. Liam's dad had been picking him up the past couple of days, accompanied by a male friend of his. Samantha had noticed this, and one of those days she told me, "Liam has two daddies. He doesn't have a mommy, just two daddies." I was so impressed at her ability to accept so easily that someone could have two daddies, even though she'd only ever seen a child with a mommy and a daddy, that I almost didn't correct her. But I did, although I did tell her that some people do have two mommies or two daddies. And I think we really need to take a lesson from this. Although this situation was something different observed by this little girl, she accepted it without missing a beat. I think it's harder for us because as we age, we come to think that we have a pretty good idea of how the world is, even though most of us are only exposed to a very little portion of it. But hopefully over time we will all become more readily accepting of people's differences like this little girl is, and more fostering of this kind of attitude in our children in general. Nathan, I know you would be that way towards your own kids, so I feel really lucky to have met you. We'll see you on Monday. Have you guys ever been taught something amazing by a small child, even if it was indirectly? Let's talk about it in the comments, and thanks for liking and sharing this video.